All right, Shalom. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, B'chak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Salutations to you, Akim, across the world, pushing his word in truth and in sincerity with charity. And this is going to be a quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. And it's concerning, all right, this remnant, all right, that would wake up in the last days. All right, so men in the flesh were prophesied to so-called Latino, so-called Native American, so-called black men were prophesied to do what? To come into the knowledge in this reality, in their captivity, all right, of them being the children of Israel, the sons and the daughters, which are the remnant of the people in the scriptures that we read about the Bible, the Bible that everybody goes to church and so-called learns about. All right, there was a group of people that were prophesied to wake up to the truth of the scriptures. All right, and it's also synonymous with a people here, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, it's also synonymous with a people here not knowing who they were or why they were at the bottom of society. All right, so that's why you have men all over the world popping up, all right, and finding out that they're Israelites based off of the preaching that the apostles have been doing for going on 30 to 40 plus years, and the fruit would eventually come and rise and blossom. All right, the fruit being the men, all right, that receive this knowledge and understanding and continue in it, all right, and actually wake up to the fact that they're not black, all right, that they're not so-called Latino, not so-called Native American, that they're the children of Israel, they're the chosen seed of the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, and that's actually that's a prophecy, man. Us waking up in these last days is prophecy. Like Elder Yashwamba always states, we are fulfilling prophecy. And the Lord has put a spirit on us and chosen us to go and teach this word. Because we can sit down and read it and understand it. And the spirit moves us to understand that this is talking about our people. All right. So this is the book of Isaiah chapter 10, verse 20. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day. So this was written by Isaiah during his time. All right. And that in that day, it's talking about a future day. All right. That the house of Israel would fall away from their heritage and a remnant would come back. Isaiah didn't know that this would be thousands of years later. The Lord just had him in the spirit, all right, in visions, all right, proclaim the word of the Most High and document them. And that's what we have today. All right, known as the scriptures, the Old Testament, the Apocrypha, and the New Testament. All right, known as the 1611. All right, so this is back in Isaiah 10 and 20, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. Escaped of the house of Jacob in our minds. Okay, because in our minds, we didn't understand and realize that we have been in a captivity. Whether people want to say you're crazy, you're this, you're that, what are you teaching? We're teaching the truth of this reality. The people that are at the bottom are the remnant, all right, what's left of the nation of Israel. The people that walked through the Red Sea with Moses, the Israelites. So you'd have men, a remnant of these men, come back to the understanding that they're the men of this nation. Why they're in this position? Because you read the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 15 on down, which lists all the curses that will befall a certain people in the last days. And certain men were prophesied to come back to that realization and understand those curses, all right, and relate them to themselves to figure out they're the Israelites. And they would stay upon the God that has put that spirit upon them, which is Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that happens to be the God that created the heavens and the earth. Isaiah 10 and 20 again, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. You see? This is what we've come into, the truth. That's why, brothers, it's known as the truth. You see? Everything is aligned through the Spirit. So let's get another scripture real quick. This is the book of John chapter 4. Let's see where I'll start here. This is the book of John chapter 4 verse 22. It says, ye worship ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. And you would come into that understanding of knowing that the salvation coming, that the world perceives to be, they think it's going to be for everybody. It's only for the Jews, the people, the Israelites. Started with the tribe of Judah on down to the tribe of Issachar, man. They are the nation of Israel. So that salvation that's coming that the world believes, like whenever the Most High pop up, everybody's going to get a reward and, go into everlasting. No, that's not what the scriptures has been saying this whole time, which is why you've had the Most High put a spirit on men to really break this down and to give the good news to who? The remnant of Israel, the downtrodden, the poor of this world. Verse 23, but the hour cometh, and now is the time we're living in now, when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him, man. The Most High is a spirit, it says here, and they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. So they would get a spirit put on them by who? The Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right, to understand the scriptures. All right, and push them out there to go teach the word because of their belief and their faith in the word. And how they can see that it's aligning up with the times that they're living in. So us brothers in the truth, starting with the apostles and elders on down, we are in a time of this prophecy taking place, and we happen to be fulfilling it. We don't know why we're doing it. It's prophecy. You see? Which shows you we have no control over ourselves, because what does it say in the scriptures? It says, man's goings are of the Lord. How then can a man understand his own way? I believe it's in the book of Proverbs. All right. So let's get another scripture. This is John. This is John chapter 14. See, I'm going to start here. Which is why we have to continue to believe in Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, who has awoken us and has ingrained us with being able to read the scriptures and relate it to ourselves and filter it with this time that we're living in, and compare things with spiritual things, as the scripture says, to figure out that this book has been talking about us. So let me get this real quick. John 14. And I'm going to start at 14 and 11. Believe me that I am in the Father. This is red letters. This is the Lord Yahweh Shai, who the world has ignorantly been calling Jesus. We all came out of the world calling Yahweh Shai Jesus. Now we know his name is Yahweh Shai. John 14 and 11. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father in me, or else believe me for the very work's sake. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. And whatsoever ye shall ask in my name, that will I do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. If ye shall ask anything in my name, I will do it. If ye love me, keep my commandments, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter. What is that? Coming into this well of truth in these last days. This is the comforter that was prophesied to come, all right, and be taught and be given as a gift through the Spirit to certain men in the last days. Verse 16, and I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever. Which, what does it tell you? It says this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding we've learned and the Lord's woken us up to leadeth to a kingdom now. This leads to everlasting life. Verse 17, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him, but ye know him, for he dwelleth with you and shall be in you. You see? So we've been given this truth, all right? The Spirit, it says, even the Spirit of truth, we've been given this from the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. We were created, all right, and we were sent in this time to receive His word and to understand it and look out into our people, so-called black people, so-called Latino people, so-called Native American people, to see that, wow, these scriptures are true. Those are the men that will come back to staying upon the Lord in the last days, because they would understand and figure out and learn about the power that had put them in this condition and what He was doing and what He required for them to get out and what His plans were. And that's what the prophets teach, because they have been endowed with that truth and those secrets from the Most High, which He does nothing but revealeth His secrets to the servants, the prophets, it says in the scriptures. Amos, the 3rd chapter. You see? So, Lord willing us edified. I don't want to make it too long. Just something quick and to the point. The true worshipers were prophesied to come in the last days. All right, and do what? And teach in spirit and in truth. Call all Yahweh Bashem Yahushai Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching and ruling well in the scriptures. Salutations to Akim across the world, pushing His word in truth and in sincerity and maturity. Shalom and above all.